Hi there, everyone. Let's talk about how to improve your speaking in a new language. I want to review with you some of the important things I learned when I was studying to become a language instructor. And I think that they're very helpful, especially for adults who get nervous about making mistakes when they speak a new language. And that's almost all of us. Almost all adults have that, okay? So I want to help you understand why these mistakes are sometimes a good thing. All right, so here we go. The first thing to understand when you are trying to improve your speaking in a new language is that there is a difference between accuracy and fluency. Accuracy is about how correct you say what you say. Correct, like grammatically correct, okay? And fluency is about how much you can say and how smoothly you can say it without pausing or waiting. When you're fluent, you are not always accurate or correct, or sometimes you are. It depends on if you're a beginner or more advanced. Accuracy is hard to have when you are just learning a language, and I want you to understand that it is not realistic to think you will speak accurately every time you talk, okay? So, when we teach speaking, we really want to focus on fluency, because when you can practice, you have more of a chance to improve the mistakes or errors you make when you're speaking inaccurately, okay? And I'll talk about this a little bit more in my next point, but you want to speak a lot and you want to speak smoothly and without pauses. And to do that, you need to practice a lot. And you can't practice speaking if you only focus on the grammar rules, okay? Yes, grammar is important. The rules are very helpful. They are important, but you will break the rules, and that is normal. And when you break the rules, you learn from breaking them. How? I will talk about that in a second. Okay, so first thing is try not to worry about accuracy all the time. Try to just speak fluently. You know you made a mistake. It's okay. If the people you speak to understand you, they understand. If they don't understand you, they will tell you. And that's how you know you have to say it a different way. Okay? All right. So fluency. Accuracy is important, but fluency for improving your speaking is more important. The second thing is understanding what comprehensible input is. Comprehensible input is just the information you get when you read or listen to people when they speak a new language. So comprehensible means that you can comprehend or understand that input, that information. So when you are a beginner of a new language, you don't want to listen or read input in the new language at a very, very advanced level, because you will get discouraged, you will get confused, and it doesn't help you very much. When you have information that you can understand, that is at your level, okay, beginner, intermediate, then you can understand, you feel more motivated, and you can actually learn more, because language learning is about building from what you already know. So if you understand 70% of what someone says when they use a new word that you don't know, you probably can learn that new word because you understand the other things. So you can actually learn when you don't know something because the input, the information around what you hear or read is comprehensible. But when you jump too high for your level, you can't build off of anything, okay? And then you get discouraged. So my second point for improving your speaking is to try to access information that is at your level and maybe, well, actually one step above your level. Not below your level, not really at your level, one step above, not 10 steps above, one step above, so you understand most of it, not all, and can learn new things, okay? So how do you do that? Well, you can, that's, for reading, it's a little bit easier to find reading that is at your level. You can find books that are simplified for people learning new languages. Of course, if you're taking an ESL class, all of the input you receive will be at your level and one step above if you are placed in the right class. And if you are speaking, then that's hard, right? But I actually think in order to get comprehensible input at your level and one step above, it really helps to talk to people who are also learning English or any language, right, that you're learning. So people who are also learning the language like you are great people to talk to because they're at your level or one step above or around that, okay? So you can learn from each other without going so quickly, okay? Number 3, and this is related to comprehensible input. Try to work with people who are also learning the language. Why? Because when you work with people who are also learning the language, you engage in this thing we call negotiation of form. What I mean is you will be confused, okay? Often when you are learning a new language, and that's good. And it's even better when you are confused with other people who are confused. Why? Because then you can try to figure it out together, okay? And that process of figuring out what is being said or talked about actually can help you learn how to say things in new ways, more clear ways, more accurate ways, more fluent ways, and can also help other people understand you, of course. So you are finding a solution together. You're basically figuring out how to say what you need to say in a way that makes everyone around you understand, okay? And it also works with, native speakers of that language. If I talk to you and I can't understand you, I just say, I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Can you repeat that? And then you have to try to say it in a different way, because when I say I don't understand, you know that you want to say it in a different way. And by reformulating the way you say it, you get to practice saying it in a way that is comprehensible to others, okay? Being confused and having to negotiate the form with others is a good thing. So, talking to people who are learning the language like you is a great idea. You do not need to talk to native speakers of a language to learn that language best. You should know that you can talk to people who are also learning that language and learn a lot, okay? All right, another thing that's important to understand when you want to improve your speaking skills is to force yourself to talk. There's a lot of different theories about this, and it does make sense to go through a silent period for a while when you're new. But It also is important to know that the more you force yourself to produce or push output is language, speaking, writing. When you push it out, when you speak, okay, you get the opportunity to hear yourself make mistakes, or other people get the opportunity to hear yourself make a mistake and tell you they don't understand you, right? That is so important because that's what language is real conversations. If you don't understand someone, you can say, I'm sorry, I don't understand. When someone tells you that, that's so important. Don't feel bad. If they don't understand you, that gives you the signal that you get to try again, okay? But you don't get to do that or learn that if you don't push yourself to talk. Try not to worry about accuracy. We all make mistakes. It's normal. We all are making mistakes. Okay? And then second, when you make the mistakes because you're pushing yourself to talk, you get the information, the feedback from the people you are talking to, and they say, yeah, I understand, or I don't. That is so important. That is so helpful for you, okay? You do not need a teacher every single time to tell you, you made a mistake, you made a mistake, you made a mistake. You don't. You can just talk to anyone. If they don't understand what you're saying, you know that you can reformulate to try to help clarify what you're saying, okay? And that brings me to my last thing. My last thing is you do not need people to correct you, okay, when you're talking. People always say, oh, I need a teacher to correct me. No, I understand what you're saying. I do. I learned Spanish. It was very helpful when someone would tell me that what I said was wrong, but it's actually not helpful for someone to stand there and just correct you when you're talking. Because yes, you're learning a new language, but to learn the language, you need a lot of things. Fluency practice. You need to know the forms and the rules a little bit, right? But you need to have the opportunity to make mistakes and fix those mistakes on your own. Now, if somebody is standing there telling you, no, that's wrong, no, then you will not want to talk. You will be afraid to talk. You will feel nervous and you won't want to talk, okay? And second, when we talk, we don't talk for accuracy. We speak for communicating ideas. We speak to solve problems, to communicate information. When we focus on if you're right or wrong, then that's not the point of communicating. So I hope this helps you to improve your speaking over the years. Bye.